to hear what students have to say about a woman's right to choose to have an abortion.
Stay tuned to find out about Cal State East Bay's nationally recognized program for wedding planners run by the Department of Continuing Education. I'll listen more on Pioneer Web TV News starting right now.
Happy Valentine's Day, and welcome to another edition of Pioneer Web TV News. I'm Cameron Wicks.
And I'm Candace Charles.
CSU East Bay is offering all undergraduate students a chance to get their questions answered during the upcoming Graduation 101 workshop series. The 3 workshops will cover the same material, but is offered on different days to allow for more students to attend. The next workshop will be held on March 5th from 4:30 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. in the multipurpose room of the New University Union. No RSVP is required, but students should get there early, as there is a maximum capacity of 300 students. For more information and to find out when the last workshop will be held, please email reg@csueastbay.edu.
I sat down with the founder of Wedding Planner Certificate Program to find out more.
As Valentine's Day has finally dawned upon us here at Cal State East Bay, some will get flowers and others will get chocolate. According to a wedding poll from a Bay Area wedding website, The Knot, 20% of couples will be engaged on Valentine's Day. For wedding and events extraordinaire Joyce Gardena Baker, business would boom in the spring due to this turn of events.
I wrote and developed the first ever wedding planning curriculum for a university.
The wedding planning classes are a lot like the weekly courses that occur throughout the CSUEB campus.
We asked students to please be there at 8:45 for a sharp 9 o'clock start. We go until 5 o'clock. This is an opportunity to kind of experience what it might be like for a wedding planner to work an actual day at a wedding.
Many students on campus wonder what the program is all about and have already begun to create opinions.
I think the wedding planning program is pretty great. I would like to join.
If we're fulfilling a need for a wedding style type of business, then more power to them.
As Valentine's Day jumps off today, Professor Becker had one last thing to say to pioneers throughout the campus.
Wishing all of you to be with someone very special, whether it's your boyfriend, your husband, and not to be afraid to tell others, including your parents and your siblings and your grandparents, that you love them.
The wedding planning program allows students to gain their certificate in just 5 months for 6 sessions and is offered every winter on the Hayward and Concord campus.
To find out more about the program, visit the wedding planning website at www.ce.csueastbay.edu/certificate/wedding.
Stay tuned to find out more about the Valentine's Day festivities happening on East Bay's campus and what students have in store for that special someone.
Looking for a place to eat breakfast and lunch, or maybe just a cup of coffee? Look no further. Einstein's Brothers Bagels is here for you. Located between the CSUEB Administration Building and the North Science Building, Einstein's Brothers Bagels has everything you need. Here, you can find salads, sandwiches, specialty coffee, and of course, bagels. In addition to this variety of food, a very friendly staff is there to tend to your every need. Einstein's Brothers Bagels, a rare find on the CSUEB campus.
What does it mean to be asexual? According to the Asexual Visibility and Education Network, an asexual individual is a person who does not experience sexual attraction. In a 2008 AVEN survey, 17.5% relate as aromantic or romantically attracted to nobody. While some asexual individuals may identify as queer or label-free, asexual seems to be under an umbrella of its own. Reporter Vanessa Anderson got more information about asexuality at an event entitled A Sexy Love.
I'm here at the ASI Diversity Center, where tonight, Between the Lines, Asexy Love with David J. is going on inside. This program addresses how the asexual community deals with queer politics and redefines intimacy. Let's check it out.
People who come out as asexual may be seen as broken or lacking by their employer.
My name is David J. I'm the founder of asexuality.org, the Asexual Visibility and Education Network. And I had a really great time talking today. I spoke about the asexual community, which is a community of people who don't experience sexual attraction, what our community struggles with, and a lot about how, as a community, we form intimate relationships.
This event was pretty much focused on educating and empowering students, but also breaking these trends of heteronormativity, of normalizing any standard of sexuality, but mostly educating students here at East Bay. Specifically, David J. was able to facilitate a phenomenal conversation of inclusivity and was really able to create a safe and open space where people were able to, one, ask questions as they were curious, but also talk about their various means of embracing intimacy and how that differentiates, but also is similar with sexuality.
It was a learning experience. I learned a lot, and it definitely makes me reconsider all my relationships, whether they're in the community, with my family, or romantic, or, even with myself.
We live in a society where intimacy and sexuality are often Velcroed together, and one of the things that is really cool in the asexual community is that we really are forced to separate those two concepts and talk about intimacy and human connection as a thing that isn't necessarily about sexuality.
Between the Lines series is a monthly event brought on by ASI Presents and ASI Diversity Center. Reporting for Pioneer Web TV News, Vanessa Anderson.
Thank you, Vanessa. For more about Asexy Love, please contact the ASI Diversity Center.
Many students also have their own plans for today. Reporter Karen De La Torre spoke to students to see what they have planned for this special day.
Hello, we are at Cal State East Bay and it is Valentine's Day. Let's go out and ask people what their plans are for their special someone today.
Do you have a Valentine?
I actually do.
And what do you have planned for them? Is it a surprise, or can you tell us?
It's somewhat of a surprise, but it's taking someone out, someone special, to SF.
Do you have a Valentine for today?
No, I don't. No, I don't actually.
What are your plans for Valentine's Day then?
Just hang out and have a good time, enjoy myself.
Okay, and what's the best gift you've ever gotten on a Valentine's Day?
Nothing comes to mind, so nothing really too special.
So someone still needs to get you that special gift.
Yeah, that special, memorable gift. That's what I need.
What are your plans for Valentine's Day?
I have to work from 11 to 8, and then we're going to dinner after.
We're going to go down to Old Town Oakland to Cosecha and have a little Southern Mexican food.
We've been together for 7 years, so probably nothing. We'll probably just make out.
What do I do for Valentine's? Usually a nice dinner, roses, some good music. Just depends on who I'm with.
I guess we're gonna go eat out and eat dinner and maybe go out bowling.
My Valentine is currently out of the country right now.
Oh, well, what do you have planned then for Valentine's Day?
I'm just gonna hang out with the guys pretty much.
So what has been the best gift you've got on a Valentine's Day?
Probably this ring.
Oh, so you're engaged?
I'm not engaged. It was just a Valentine's Day gift last year.
Probably chocolate or candy, because I love chocolate and candy.
I don't know if we should put that on camera. Just a good time with a good friend, good partner.
A trip to Tokyo to visit my girlfriend.
Chocolates and roses.
Best gift I got was probably a Movado watch.
Do you have a Valentine for today?
I don't.
Why? Why is that?
Nobody loves me.
Aw, so you don't like Valentine's Day?
I love Valentine's Day.
I thought I did, but me and my girlfriend are currently not talking, so.
Aw, so what are you gonna do today?
I have no idea. I have no plans, so hit up some of the guys, see what they're down to do.
So what's the best gift you've ever got for Valentine's Day?
Genuine love from my significant other, but that was last year.
The best gift I've ever got for Valentine's. A love letter.
As you can tell, not everyone has plans for this Valentine's Day. However, everyone does try to make the best out of it. This is Karen De La Torre reporting for Pioneer Web TV News.
Thank you, Karen. The Valentine's Day spirit is definitely in the air.
Stay tuned to find out about what students think about abortion and who should have the right to that decision. starts off with a sneeze and a cough, leading many to believe that they just have a cold. Yet, the seasonal flu is not just a cold. According to the California Department of Public Health, on average, 5 to 20% of the U.S. population gets the flu every year. Reporter Courtney Bridgman has more on this story.
Here at the California State University Health Center, I'm here to talk to their staff and students about what some have called a national flu epidemic and tips on how to avoid catching it.
Well, it's the same old, good old seasonal flu. Currently, there's a little bit more concern about it as a pandemic. In this area, I don't term it as a pandemic. We're not in an extreme crisis. In fact, we haven't even had any at this facility that you would term as the H3N2 flu virus. We've had seasonal flu, which happens a lot.
Christine Hertz urged students to get flu shots.
There is some myths about getting the flu vaccine.
I feel like I don't believe in the flu shot because it only carries a certain strain of viruses.
Definitely never a flu shot person.
There is a misnomer that you get the flu from the flu vaccine. That's not true. We get it because we're humans and we touch, feel, kiss, do all the normal things of life. We get it from each other.
I got it from my nieces and nephews.
I also got a chance to talk with a few of our students about their flu experience this year.
Most of the side effects with the regular flu that I had was hyperventilation.
Fever, drowsy, and I get these like weird body aches where like my skin like gets really sensitive.
It's a lot of coughing. Definitely has a lot of sneezing, a lot of runny noses. My throat was sore the whole time.
In addition, these CSU students gave me tips on how to avoid getting the flu.
I usually use hand sanitizer, and then once I get home from every night, every day, I wash my hands.
Drinking more liquids and just staying up with more vegetables and more fruit.
So stay away from little kids if they have it.
Get the flu vaccine.
As you see, it is recommended to get the flu shot this season if you want to keep from getting sick or losing time from class. This is Courtney Bridgman reporting from Pioneer Web TV News. Back to the studio.
Thank you, Courtney. To get the flu vaccination on campus, make sure to contact the Cal State East Bay Student Health Services.
It has been 40 years since the historic Roe v. Wade decision which legalized abortion. The ASI Diversity Center held a Stimulate Your Mind event regarding this controversial topic to get the opinions of students here at Cal State East Bay. Reporter Ryan Giron has more on this subject.
Should abortion solely be the choice for the woman? I attended the Stimulate Your Mind event discussing this very topic with students on campus. Should abortion be a woman's choice?
Depending on the woman, yeah. I would say it should be their choice. Of course, there are those circumstances in which you need to hold back and then take everything into account, but typically I would say it should be the woman's choice.
No, definitely not, because it takes two to have a child, and there are more than just the woman that is going to be impacted by that decision. I definitely think if the father's in the picture, he should have a say in it.
I believe that we fought to give women their choice to make a decision like this.
Advocates for pro-life argue that the human fetus is a person and has a right to live, while pro-choice advocates argue that the option for abortion should be made available to women.
I'm pro-choice, and how that ideology in a Catholic family, how a family splits.
I'm pro-choice. Now, I'm a devout Catholic. I have religious beliefs, and I believe that every life is sacred.
I can't imagine taking the life of something. However, I do understand there are circumstances when a woman can't carry that child, can't care for that child.
If I had the choice, I would keep it.
So what made you choose the topic of abortion?
Just to correlate with what's been going on, because there's a walk in San Francisco that's for pro-life. I definitely think education is what needs to be done. Education for birth control, education for parenthood, education just across the board. The option of adoption should be both of the parents' decision, or the option of abortion should be both of their decision, because it's not just one person that's being affected, even if it is the woman's body.
As you can see, students on campus have different opinions when it comes to abortion. This is Ryan Giron with Pioneer Web TV News. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Ryan. To find out when the next Stimulate Your Mind event is, visit ASI Diversity Center's webpage.
Stay tuned to get your weekly update on Pioneer Sports.
In between classes, need a snack? We got you. Get a coupon and try a small bag for free at the bookstore. Curtis Jammin' Kettle Corn. One taste and you know you're hooked.
Welcome back to Pioneer Web TV News.
There's a lot going on in sports, and our sports correspondent, Pioneer Pete, is here with the latest. Louder, please.
Sorry, man. I don't think this is gonna work out. I'm sorry.
Are you frustrated and bored with your daily routines? Have time to kill in between or after classes? Visit our game room in the Old University Union anytime between 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. to participate in any of the 4 available activities, including pool table, air hockey, table tennis, and darts. Prices are $3 for an hour of gameplay and $2 for a half hour of gameplay. Come in and check us out.
CSU East Bay's Marketing Association Club may be the perfect place for you to find out more about the world of marketing. Reporter Justin Durgazarian has more information on the club.
I'm here at Meiklejohn Hall, where Cal State East Bay's American Marketing Association is holding one of their weekly meetings to find out what they can offer to students. Could you give us an idea of what American Marketing Association is all about here at East Bay?
We are a business club here on campus, but we're not strictly just for marketing individuals. We are open to a whole bunch of majors. We accept communication major, arts major, as well as biology major. What we try to teach people is skill sets that they'll be able to use in the real world.
What is your role in this club at East Bay?
I was the very first president for the AMA on campus, so I was kind of the founding president back in 2010 when the club started.
So what can non-marketing majors expect to gain from this club?
You know, as a marketing major, I saw a lot of benefits in it, but I think there's something for everybody in a marketing club. I think marketing comes into more aspects of life than just working in a marketing department.
Get involved, you know, and then doing stuffs, and then building this team, working with team together, like being like a good team player. It's definitely something that I get outside of the classrooms, that it's really hands-on experience.
What type of events will the American Marketing Association Club be hosting on campus?
We have a professional event coming up on Valentine's Day. It's our Career Expo that we will be hosting.
Where is the Career Expo being hosted exactly?
The Career Expo will be hosted in the new University Union multipurpose room, and we have about 15 employers right now that are confirmed to come, and we're adding more to the list every day.
Perfect. And what time should students expect to show up?
They can come anytime between the hours of 11 to 3.
This East Bay Club is a great asset for students looking to network, gain internships, as well as an insight into the professional world. I'm Justin Durgazarian, and this is Pioneer Web TV News. Back to you.
Thank you, Justin. Now for the latest news about sports, we turn to our sports anchor, Sebastian Babbage.
Thanks, Cameron. The Pioneer men's baseball team has won 6 in a row now as they took down Oregon Tech 12-2, 3-1, and 9-2 this past weekend and remain undefeated. The Pioneer men's basketball team has extended their losing streak to 9 games. The women's basketball team will be looking for their 12th win of the season after defeating Cal State LA on Friday of last week. Reporter Andrea Rodriguez has more on the 2 basketball teams.
It has been homecoming this entire week for the students and athletes of Cal State East Bay. And on Saturday night, the students filled Pioneer Gym to take part of the homecoming festivities and watch the women's and men's basketball teams take on Cal State LA. The purpose for Homecoming Week is the tradition of welcoming back alumni and continue to increase the pride of the university and its athletics. People that attended the game also learned about Pioneer athletics history from each decade, as well as showing off their moves to some of the popular dances from those years. After all the fun, the women's team tipped off first to begin the night. The Lady Pioneers came into this game on fire, riding a 4-game win streak, and from the start it looked like they were on a mission to extend that mark. Their defense, which is ranked 6th in the country, was a force early in the game. They held Cal State LA to 25% shooting mark in the first half, minimizing all opportunities the Golden Eagles had to score. A strong defense kick-started the offense for the Lady Pioneers as they started to run away with the game, leading 37-17 at halftime. When the girls came back out on the court, it was an even match all the way to the finish. But the strong defensive first half would show to be too much for Cal State LA to make a comeback, and East Bay won with a final score of 60-47. Lauren Lucchesi led the way for the Pioneers with 17 buckets, and Marlene McMillan dominated the boards with 11 rebounds. The Lady Pioneers make a 5-game winning streak and are in a tie for 4th place in the CCAA at 9-7, coming down the stretch to make a playoff push. The men's team followed up going against a tough Cal State LA team, with high hopes of pulling a W out to close out the homecoming weekend. The last time these two met, East Bay came out on top in a defensive struggle, 54-45, and this time around it looked to be going the same way from early on. The Golden Eagles defense ranks among the best in the country and holds the lowest shooting percentage against than any other D2 team, and that proved to be evident in this bout. East Bay got the lead early in the first half, but couldn't get much going after that, and the Golden Eagles took the lead, and it stayed that way for the rest of the game. East Bay was held to a 23.1 shooting percentage, with Gabe Kendrick scoring 13. Jordan Richard of Cal State LA stopped the Pioneers all game long in the paint with 6 blocks and 8 rebounds and 10 points to add to his team's winning efforts. This puts the Pioneers 4-12 in the CCAA and are on the back end of a 9-game losing streak. Both teams are now on the verge of a tough 4-game road trip before coming back to Pioneer Gym to round out the season. Next game will be at Cal Poly Pomona on Thursday, February 14th. Make sure to follow all East Bay athletics for up-to-the-minute scores, stats, and news on East Bay Pioneers website.
Thanks, Andrew. Tonight, the men's basketball team heads to LA for a tough match against Cal Poly Pomona, who have won 10 straight games. The Pioneer women's basketball team will also be in LA tonight against Cal Poly Pomona. The baseball team's next series opponent is Cal State Monterey Bay, who they will face tomorrow. Stay tuned next week for your Pioneer Sports Update. I'm Sebastian Babbage. Go Pioneers!
We will be right back.
When you don't read the Pioneer, you don't stay up to date on current issues. When you don't stay up to date on current issues, you have nothing to talk about with your friends. When you have nothing to talk about with your friends stop being your friends. When your friends stop being your friends, you get lonely. And when you get lonely, you create imaginary friends. Don't create imaginary friends. Read the Pioneer. A new issue comes out on every Thursday.
That concludes another edition of Pioneer Web TV News. I'm Candace Charles.
And I'm Cameron Wicks. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next week.